Hi and welcome back to our daily news update. Today we have a diverse array of latest stories from around the world, so let's dive right in. First up, we have a significant development in the ongoing legal case regarding Arvind Kejriwal. The Supreme Court has refused to list Kejriwal's plea for an extension of interim bail in his money laundering case. Kejriwal, who has been under scrutiny by the Enforcement Directorate under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, had previously been granted interim bail to campaign for the Lok Sabha elections. The bail was set to end on June 2nd, requiring him to surrender back into custody. Kejriwal's recent application was for an extension of this interim bail, citing the need for medical tests. However, the vacation bench declined to entertain this application, advising Kejriwal to approach the Chief Justice of India instead. It's worth noting that Justice Khanna's bench had already reversed judgment on Kejriwal's petition to quash his arrest, providing him the liberty to apply for regular bail. Moving on to another significant story, JDS leader and Hassan MP Prajwal Revanna is in spotlight for being charged with rape and sexual harassment. Revanna initially fled the country but is now set to return to Bangalore to face a special investigation team probe. The Karnataka Home Minister has announced that Prajwal will be arrested upon arrival with a warrant already issued against him. Revanna's departure from India on April 27th, just a day after the polling in Hassan where he was a candidate, has raised several eyebrows. Although he has filed for anticipatory bail, the hearing is set for May 31st. In a recent video, Revanna stated his intention to return and appear before the SIT at 10 am on the same day. This case has stirred significant political and public outcry given the serious nature of the allegations and the high-profile status of the accused. In Uttar Pradesh, a tragic incident involving the convoy of BJP's Lok Sabha candidate from Kesaganj, Karan Bhushan Singh, has resulted in death of two young men. The incident occurred in Gonda district, where a speeding SUV from the convoy hit a motorcycle, killing the two men and injuring a 60-year-old woman. While the candidate himself, son of MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, was not confirmed to be in the vehicle or the convoy at the time, the driver Lavkush Srivastava has been arrested. The SUV has been seized and an FIR has been registered under Section 279, 304A and 427 of the IPC. This incident has drawn criticism from the opposition, with comparisons made to the Lakhimpur case where a union minister's son was accused of running over protesting farmers. The anticipated legal repercussions of this case would significantly influence the political discourse of the region. Turning our attention to Jammu and Kashmir, Union Minister Amit Shah has announced a new policy that prevents relatives of militants or stone throwers from obtaining government jobs. The policy is expected to affect over 50,000 families and involves deep background checks by security agencies extending to relatives on both maternal and paternal sides to detect any connections to militants. This marks a significant reversal from previous rehabilitation policies that provided monetary incentives to former militants. Regional parties in Kashmir have criticized the move, arguing that it will further alienate Kashmiri youth and could inadvertently play into Pakistan's agenda rather than strengthening India's interest. Shifting gears, we have a harrowing story from Chhindwara, Madhya Pradesh, where a family massacre occurred where 26-year-old Dinesh Sayyam attacked and killed 8 family members, including his wife, mother, brother, and a 1.5-year-old niece, using an axe. Following the massacre, which occurred in Bondal Kachhar village during the early hours of Wednesday, Sayyam tragically chose to end his own life. A 10-year-old cousin of the perpetrator survived the attack and is receiving medical care. Dinesh was reportedly dealing with mental health issues and his recent distress seemed to have escalated. The police, upon receiving a call at 2:30 am, found Dinesh's body in nearby forest at 5 am. The investigation is ongoing to determine the motive and any potential involvement of others. Moving on, Cyclone Remal claimed 38 lives in northeast India, with Aizawl, the capital of Mizoram, being severely impacted, accounting for 29 of the casualties due to landslides. The victims include 23 individuals from Mizoram, 5 from Jharkhand and 1 from Assam. With 4 fatalities in Nagaland, 3 in Assam and 2 in Meghalaya, the death toll reflects the widespread impact, further heightened by the recovery of 15 bodies from a stone quarry in Mizoram. The number of missing persons remain unspecified, with many feared to be buried under debris. The cyclone resulted in considerable infrastructure damage, with 127 houses affected, 53 of them suffering severe damage. Despite ongoing rescue efforts, the combination of heavy rain and slush presents formidable obstacles, impacting more than 4,000 individuals in the Imphal Valley due to flooding. Authorities, along with security personnel, the National Disaster Response Force and volunteers are working tirelessly to aid the affected areas. Turning to the Middle East, Israeli airstrikes in Rafah have resulted in deaths of at least 37 people, primarily civilians who were sheltering in tents. This attack comes on top of another strike on the same area that killed 45 Palestinians just days early. At least 16 individuals, including 7 tent occupants adjacent to a UN facility, were killed in a recent shelling aimed at Rafah's western Tal al-Sultan district, while a drone attack near a field hospital led to the deaths of 21 people, including 13 women. Despite international condemnation, Israeli tanks have advanced in the center of Rafah, prompting the UN chief Antonio Guterres to emphasize the gravity of the situation by stating that there is no safe place in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the strike a tragic incident but reaffirmed his commitment to the military campaign against Hamas. According to Gaza's health ministry, the ongoing offensive have led to the deaths of at least 36,000 people, mostly civilians. Shifting gears, South Africa adds to the polls today in a potential historic election as the African National Congress, the dominant party since the end of apartheid in 1994, faces its toughest challenge yet. The ANC has seen a decrease in the support over recent years, largely due to deep-seated socio-economic issues like high unemployment and poverty, especially among the black majority, leading to erosion of public trust in the party. Despite President Cyril Ramaphosa's optimism, polls suggest the ANC might lose its parliament majority for the first time in history. The outcome of this election has potential to be a turning point in the country's political scene with far-reaching implications for its future direction. Finally, in Pakistan, a girls' school in North Waziristan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, was attacked by suspected militants who used kerosene to set fire to the school, destroying furniture, computers and books. While thankfully no injuries were reported in this overnight attack, it raises serious concerns, especially considering the bombing of 2 other girls' schools in the region earlier this month. Authorities suspect Islamic militants who have historically opposed girls' education to be behind the attack. North Waziristan, once a stronghold of the Pakistani Taliban, has seen a surge in military attacks, possibly influenced by the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan in 2021. And that concludes our today's news report. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is Chronicle Daily signing off.